Hello, everyone. We're just waiting right now to get a few more people invited and added to the link. So we'll be starting in around 3 minutes. You're in the right place. This is where the webinar for the shared governance in nursing is going to be taking place. And we're going to be talking about change from the front line. We're going to give you guys a few more minutes to add to join, and we'll go from there, okay? Hello, Mr. Muhammad Ali from Lebanon. It's really nice to see that we have a lot of people from, we have a diverse audience with us today. There's going to be a lot of people from a lot of places. And it's really nice that you're all joining us on this webinar. Hopefully it'll be informative. Hi, Andre from Spain. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We're just giving people like a few more minutes to join, and then we'll start. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions for today, please just put them in the Q&A box. We'll be answering any questions, and we welcome all kinds of participation from the audience. We're really excited to have you with us. And we're just waiting for one more minute before we get this session rolling. You'll also have the recording of the session available tomorrow. And it's going to be available on the Nursing Now YouTube channel. Thank you for being on time. Thank you for joining us today. I'm just gonna get the ball rolling. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Dalia Sruji. I'm a registered nurse. I'm working right now in the US, and I'm the co-chair of the Eastern Mediterranean Committee. We're here to talk about shared governance in nursing and change from the front line. We have a very interesting speakers that are going to be coming up, and they're going to introduce themselves. We're going to start with Miss Dina Mayas. You can take the lead from here, Miss Dina. Thank you.
Hi, hello all. Are you able to hear me, Dalia?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Sound good. Okay.
So my name is Dina Mayas, and I'm an emergency nurse since 5 years. I work now in Al Musa Hospital in Saudi Arabia, and I'm as well the chairperson of the Nursing Work-Life Council in shared governance. So before I start talking about my council as Work-Life, I would like to recap about the shared governance in general. What is shared governance? So as all you know, shared governance is a group of different council which targets mainly the nursing excellence and the best nursing care and the best nursing practice. So each council targets different aspects of the nursing excellence. We have the quality council, we have the educational council, research, evidence-based practice, and the interprofessional and the work life as well. So personally, my council I target mainly different aspects because my main target is the nursing happiness and satisfaction. So I'm a happiness facilitator, as they told me. So I always try to create a balance between the nurse's work and the nurse's life. Because as you all know, if we'll focus only on the nurse's work, we'll suffer at the end. It will be a burden on us to only focus on our work. And if we will focus only on our life, we will not reach our goals and we will not have the satisfaction in our work. So it's always a good thing to have a balance between the nursing work and life. And this is what I'm working on it in our council. So I will start by sharing with you my activities throughout my period while I was the chairperson. If you can go to the next slide. I will share with you also my main scope of practice. So what we are working on it in our council, as same as like creating a balance, we will work on promoting diversity among different nationalities, and this is we do it by engaging all the nationalities in our activities and in our goals, and conduct community activities based on the Healthy People 2020 and 2023 guidelines. So it's a very important thing in our council to always reflect on our community needs and to try always to do activities for them to raise awareness and to give them educational material that will help them in the community. Organize recreational events, which is we are doing every time in the hospital. Encourage nurses to participate in the activities and in the event, and participate in the recruitment activities and in the retention plan, and review and revise the policies. So we are doing a lot of activities to reach these goals. So I will start by sharing with you my activities throughout my period. I was elected in March as a chairperson, and my main event was the Nurses Week celebration. So it was a very, very big event and very successful event. I feel like always satisfied when I talk about the nurses event, because we was able to reach a 90% of nurses satisfaction. And I will share with you how we did this. In the next slide, we collaborated with a lot of departments, and we collaborated with the different councils to create this event. So in May, we did the Nurses Week celebration. In June, I will talk about the next activity will be the child safety and first aid. In July, we did the launching of the Bright Idea and message to the CNO box. And in August, we did the breastfeeding campaign, my latest event. So I will be back to my my best event, which is the Nurses Week celebration. So I tried in this event to appreciate the nurses at all levels, from the director until the nursing aides. So I did a lot of activities. First, to talk about the skills of the nurses. We figured out that they have skills in cooking. We did the Top Chef activity. We did a competition, a treadmill competition, to engage the nurses in the sports and the healthy life is a good life. We colored the logo of our hospital and our fingerprints. If we can go, Andrea, to the second slide to show them. Yeah, there is a picture here. The first picture upstairs, there it will show the logo of our hospital colored by our fingerprints, and this is to talk about the diversity in our hospital and to share the commitment and the dedication to our hospital for them to mainly make us one family and one team as nursing. We did the treadmill competition, as I told you. We have a nail station. We distributed cupcakes for them in the Nurses Week. And here, there's a photo with our CNO. She went down to all the units and distributed flowers with chocolate to all the nurses. And it was a very, very good thing from her. We did the yoga sessions for them, and as well we did the massage for all the nurses in that day. We celebrated the Nurses Week all along 4 days, and it was really a very, very good week to all the nurses. We reached a very high rate of satisfaction. So I will go next to our next activity that we did. It was a community activity. We collaborated with an organization, outside an organization, and we did the child safety activity, because in our community, the children are vulnerable population, and we had to make an educational material for them about their safety and the first aid. So here, as we can see, we did a BLS sessions for the audience, how to do a CPR if a baby was choking, what are the maneuvers that we are using to help him before bringing him to the hospital. We talked about head traumas, injuries, what we can do in the at home before bringing the baby to the hospital. And it was as well a very good campaign. We had a lot of good feedback, and we will do another one soon, because it was very valuable for the parents. My third activity was, as I said, launching the Bright Idea Box and the message to the CNO. This activity was for the nurses to raise their voice, to speak up on their concerns, on their ideas, and this box will take the messages on weekly basis and send them directly to the CNO for her to read them and to act correspondingly about the messages, about the concerns for the nurses. It's a good way for them to feel that we are on their sides, we support them, and their voices are heard. So my fourth, you can go, Andrea, for the breastfeeding campaign. So our latest activity was the breastfeeding campaign in collaboration with the mother and child diversity and patient and family education. We collaborated together as well as the Educational Council to create this event. It was a big campaign talking about the breastfeeding, the importance of the breastfeeding, how to handle the baby in the first days, and what is the importance of to breastfeed him. So we elaborated a lot concerning this topic, and it will be in our magnet story because it's a very, in our community, it's a very crucial thing to know about. So now these are my my latest activities, and I will share with you my future plans in the Work-Life Council. So I started working on the happiness indicator. The happiness indicator will be as the same as the fall indicator, the pain indicator. I'll be creating it in collaboration with the IT department and the quality as well, Quality Council. We'll be creating this indicator for the nurses, for them to be always satisfied and happy. My next plan will be the breast cancer awareness campaign. We will go together, a group of nursing and a group of paramedics, to raise awareness concerning the breast cancer, how we will do the examination and what are the diagnoses, the first thing to do for the breast cancer. And at the end, I will be implementing Maslak Burnout Toolkit to always know about the burnout for the nurses and how to prevent it. So these are my future plans. I hope that you enjoyed the activities and the future plans in my council. And I want to tell you at the end of my note, I want to tell you something, that if you are nurses and if you are not engaged yet in the councils and the shared governance, please take a step forward and do this step. It will help you a lot in your autonomy, to feel empowered, to help the nurses to raise their voice, and you can be a change in your hospital and in your nursing profession, and it will be a very, very good point in your career. So take the step forward and go for a change. Thank you so much for hearing me.
Thank you so much, Miss Dina. I just wanted to say that we are very lucky to have you with us today as our keynote speaker. And we love everything that you just said. I wish every hospital in the world can implement these policies and these
I wish that
to
too.
prevent burnout, particularly with COVID and what nurses have been through in this difficult time.
Yeah, it's really very. And if anyone have a question to me, I'm open to answer it at any time. Feel free to ask me.
So do you think that if you continue implementing these bundles and these policies, the hospital can achieve a magnet kind of status and continue with that? Or what do you think about that?
I think that the main target of Magnet is, from its name, it's to retain the nurses. And if we can make the nurses satisfied and happy, I'm sure we can reach a Magnet excellence, because when the nurse is happy, she can give the best care. I'm sure about this. If we keep on educating the nursing, and if we keep on revising the policies and implementing new practice, and the nurse is burned out and she's not happy, she will not give the best care. So I think being happy and being satisfied will lead to a nursing satisfaction, and then will lead to a patient satisfaction for sure, and we will get the magnet. So
thank you so much.
My point of view.
That's amazing, and thank you so much for being with us here today. I thank you. I would like to move on to our next speaker for today, Mr. Muhammad Ali Bdair. If you could also take it from here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me share my screen. All right. So welcome everyone. My name is Muhammad Ali Bdair. I am the co-chair of the Eastern Mediterranean Regional Hub of the Nursing Now, along with Dalia, Sana, and Zaib. Sana and Zaib couldn't be with us, unfortunately, but they had a lot of work to help us make this webinar. Today, I'm going to talk about the road of Magnet Excellence and the shared governance into the Middle East. Now, the Magnet and the shared governance are all interrelated, and they are spread all around the US. And then they made their way outside the US into the entire world. I'm going to begin with the definition of the Magnet Excellence, and then we're going to talk about the old system, the old structure that has been used by the hospital administration. We're going to also talk about the shared governance in Magnet hospitals in the Middle East. And then we're going to talk about the road of the Magnet, road to Magnet by Al Musa Specialist Hospital, the hospital that I currently work in and my colleague Dina works in as well. And then we're going to talk about the shared governance structure in Al Musa Specialist Hospital. So as Dina was mentioning, and it is really good to know that what is the Magnet Excellence? The Magnet Excellence is not just an award or a badge of honor to any hospital. It is a very difficult accreditation to have, because it is given to the healthcare organizations who trust the value of the nursing talent. And it is really important to know that it is only for nurses, and it is given to nurses by nurses as of the American Nurses Accreditation Center. So before the Magnet and before the shared governance, what were the structures being used by the hospitals? They were using a hierarchical structure with little staff engagement in decision-making. Now we would ask ourselves, why would that be a thing? Why would that be adopted They were using this kind of structure because they thought, and the administration, they thought that it is easier for us to make decisions, it is easier for us to implement, and the whole doing the councils and taking the point of views and the opinions of the nurse is going to take a long time, and we're just going to implement with force what we need to implement. And that failed when the researchers thought that there is a huge amount of shortage in nursing. There's a huge amount of dissatisfaction in nursing. And then that escalated very quickly worldwide. And now we have a shortage, a huge shortage in nursing in the world. So the Middle East, in the Middle East, it is definitely, we need to take a look at the hospitals, the first 3 hospitals who took the magnet accreditation in the Middle East. The first one is the American University of Beirut Medical Center, where in 2009, it was the first to be magnet accredited in the Middle East and the 3rd in the world outside of the USA. And that was a big step for the AUBMC. And then the second hospital in 2013, King Faisal Specialist Hospital and Research Center in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. It made history by becoming the first hospital in Saudi Arabia and in the Gulf to achieve the magnet accreditation. And then we go on to 2019, where the Cleveland Clinic, Abu Dhabi, became the first hospital in the UAE and to receive this prestigious magnet accreditation. And it was one of the youngest hospitals to take the magnet accreditation. And this and the list will not end. There are still so many hospitals working on the magnet journey and working to get the magnet accreditation in order not only just to take the magnet accreditation itself, but to retain their brilliant nurses. So the shared governance in the Middle East, there was a research, comparative research study done in 2013 by Dr. Gladys Morrow, Ms. Hera Tashijian, Ms. Rana Bashir, and Majida Al-Ruzay, and Mr. Robert Hiss. They did a research, a comparative research, where they were studying the ways how we can implement the shared governance in the Middle East. So they asked a lot of nurses all around the Middle East, talking about how can we satisfy you? What are the stuff that you are dissatisfied with? The reasons were very simple. There's no career ladder. There's no salary scale. You do not hear what we have to say. Our opinions are not valid. Okay. Our practice is very hard and very tough, and we are overworked, understaffed, and overwhelmed in general. So the literature, it said that the shared governance, not only in the Middle East, but also in the whole world, it gives the nurses autonomy to take the decisions. It gives them control over their nursing practice. It gives them, it strengthens the communication, not only by nurses, but from nurses to administration and the whole healthcare providers. It teaches them teamwork. And now, lately, we know that quality cannot be implemented without having a team. They will learn how to do task forces. They will learn how to do groups. They will learn how to identify problems and set up plans, and then implement this plan, and at the end, evaluate their results. And then it will shed the light that nurses, any nurse all over the world, whether they are at bedside or a manager or in higher positions, they have to have leadership. We're not talking about being a manager. We're not talking about being an administrator. We're talking about being a nurse leader, to actually take the initiative, to actually go into the shared governance, to actually be with the council and tell your opinions and work to strengthen and to change your practice that you are actually using at the bedside. And this is why the shared governance is important in the Middle East. This is why nurses today need to be educated on the importance of them speaking, the importance of them saying what's right for their own good, for their patients, and then saying what's right for the organization that they're working in. Because at the end of the day, nurses, they serve three masters: themselves and their families, and their own financial contributions, their patients, and the third is the employer. Now, I am very delighted to share with you the road to magnet in Al Musa Specialist Hospital, located here in Al Hassa in Saudi Arabia. Al Musa Specialist Hospital decided to go into the magnet road because they thought that they want to serve with passion across the care continuum. They want to lead with innovation and promote community transformation. The sole purpose of building the Al Musa Specialist Hospital was to serve the community around them. And the owners and the administrators, they know that. And everything they do, from new programs to community outreaches, they want to serve the community around them and the families that in these communities. And then what they want to be trusted. They want to be world-class health system that promotes health and wellness. So along that side, along this mission and vision of the magnet excellence in Al Musa Specialist Hospital, they are all engulfed into one big mission, which is to serve not only the patients, to serve the communities and to serve their staff as well. And this brings me to the values that were put into the Al Musa Specialist Hospital magnet journey. The first one is human-centered care. So the model of care that we use in Al Musa Specialist Hospital is not a patient-centered. It is actually a human-centered care. And it states that the people we heal, their families and their communities, and our staff are our trusted partners in care. And that is very important to think about. And then the second value would be innovation. We use leading best practices, efficiency, and advanced technology to champion healing and wellness. We have a lot of technology to use, from automated pharmacies to electronic health records to anything that we can use, to barcode systems, anything that we can use to promote caring, to promote safety, and to promote excellence. And then the third one would be ethics. It is the highest moral standards of the communities we serve are at the fronts of our thoughts and actions. So ethics and taking into consideration what we need to do for the patient, taking into consideration what we have to do, what we don't have to do, the rights and responsibilities of the patients, these are embedded into the values of the magnet journey. And then empowerment. We help everyone we serve become stronger, more confident, and make their own decisions about their lives. Not only the patients, but also the staff. We have a career ladder. We help the staff promote themselves, market themselves correctly, and then at the end of the day, they will achieve what they will put as an objective. And the last value would be excellence, and we're talking about quality, and we're talking about patient satisfaction and patient experience. And excellence says that we achieve excellence by giving our best to everything we do. See, we never said perfect. We said we will do our best with everything we do. For the patient, we will be an advocate for the patient. For the community, we will educate the community. For the staff, we will support the staff. We will be there for the staff, and we will do our best to make the staff comfortable, to promote wellness for the staff in order for them to say that, yes, I want to stay in Al Musa Specialist Hospital. I believe I belong in Al Musa Specialist Hospital. And today I am a part of something bigger than what I was yesterday. At the end, I wanted to share this diagram from Al Musa Specialist Hospital Nursing Shared Governance Structure. And as Dina was saying in her presentation, we have 9 different councils. All of these councils, they collaborate together we can start with the Nursing Quality Council. The nurses who are in this council, they will learn how to use different tools for project improvement plans and implement these plans with the support of all the administration, with the support of the director of the magnet and the chief nurse officer, in order to have successful results. And then we have the Nursing Evidence-Based Practice and Research Council. They collaborate with the Research Center in Al Musa Specialist Hospital in order to look up more research, in order to maybe do more research in our hospital to get more results, in order to support any change the Quality Council wants to do. And then you have the Nursing Interprofessional Council, and this is where they focus on the interdepartmental change between the nurses and the doctors and other healthcare providers like pharmacists and physiotherapists and respiratory therapists and etc. All of these healthcare providers will come up with plans in collaboration with other councils in order to achieve any result that they want. And the nursing practice councils, they are responsible to look up the practice, the policies and procedures that are put for nurses in order to do their day-to-day work activities. The Nursing Work-Life Council, which Dina is the chair of, it is responsible for the wellness, for the happiness, for the extracurricular stuff that is needed for the nurses to say that, yes, we can breathe, yes, we can rest, yes, we can have fun while doing our work. And
just 1 second heads up, we still have like 3 minutes, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
All right.
The Nursing Education Council works with all the nurses to promote the competencies. And then the Executive Council is on the board with the C-level, so with the CEO, with the CNOs, and with the CFOs. And then the Nursing Operational Council is the council that actually implements all the results that are taken from the Quality Council and from the Interprofessional Council. I just wanted to conclude that nurses today are facing a lot of trouble not being heard. They cannot speak, they don't have a voice. Okay, so this is a really good quote that I love from Dr. Jane Watson. It says, "We are the light in institutional darkness, and with nursing care, we go back to the light of our humanity. We are the heart of healthcare, and that is without a doubt will not change from now till the end of time. Because today, we nurses have the right to speak up. We have the right to say that this is wrong, this is right, I think we should do this with support, with evidence support, with managerial support. We can do what all the nurses who don't even have a magnet can do. And thank you so much for your time. And I hope you have an excellent day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed Dir. That was great, and what a powerful note to end on. We really are the light, and we have the solutions to all of the hospital's problems if they just talk to us and listen to us.
Sure.
So thank you so much. I'd like to introduce our fourth speaker could not be here today, but she did leave us a wonderful message. And I'd like to introduce Dr. Rafat Jan, who is the former board member of the International Council of Midwives. She's an advisor of midwifery of the Midwifery Association Pakistan, and we'd like to play the video that she wrote, that she sent to us about the importance and examples of shared governance among midwives in low middle income countries. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Happy Nursing Now events. I am so grateful to Nursing Now that they are arranging so many webinars which are helping nurses, midwife, lady health visitors around the world. And these webinars are extremely helpful. Thank you once again to Nursing Now leadership. Now, I would like to talk to you today about shared governance in midwifery. It is extremely, extremely important topic. And I love this shared governance topic very much. I would like to share few slides with you, if you please allow me. So my first slide is, the topic is shared governance in midwifery. And this is very, very, very important. So what I did, I thought first I would like to share with you a definition, which I usually get from, I see articles, books, and then I just then put my own words. So shared governance, the organization governance is shared among board members, but it's not just board members or policymaker, say midwife, obstetrician, pediatrician, nurses, management, and multidisciplinary teams. So they share the governance. And it is the model of nursing or midwifery practice designed to integrate core value and belief that professional practice imperes as a meaning to achieve high quality care. So remember, we always want to achieve high quality care. And this is the reason we would like to do share governance. But today, I want to give my experience rather than bookish knowledge. To me, when we start share governance, it's like newborn baby. So initiation of shared governance is like a newborn baby when we are initiating. It's joy, happiness, and it's so much happiness which brings to family. So that's why I said initiation of shared governance, it's a joy of having newborn in family. When the shared governance introduced in 1976, and after that, slowly, it came shared governance after some theories which was going more towards human being than organizational theory. Most of the leadership writers started writing about the styles of leadership, what kind of leadership, empowerment, autonomy, participation, decision making. These were all very, very important. So hence, then the shared governance came into nurses first and then midwifery. So shared governance becomes extremely important. So finally, and I put this newborn baby very recently. My colleague, my friend delivered the baby, and with her permission, I'm sharing her family picture with you. So this is our shared governance, like a family. So like I said, when the family is happy with the shared governance, as the baby is growing, there are lots of pressures also coming. So the development of baby. So as shared governance model is developing, each organizations are very different. So don't think that when we are going step by step for one successful shared governance or one success story in one model, in one institution, might not work for another institution, but that's fine. We learn through the development, like mother and father are learning through the baby's growth. As we are moving, and let's say in the family, suppose something happened to employment, then our resources shrink. So we have to manage our monetary resources, human resources, a mother and father, and then material resources. Just like this, in shared governance, everybody have to maintain constraint of resources, money, or any other resources. Mother and father make decision together for the baby. And not if one person make decision, like in many paternalistic culture, he said father is going to make decision, then the personality of children are very different, where there's a shared governance in the family. Similarly, in organizations, whether it is academic, it is clinical setting, or small clinics, or community setting, if the shared governance and if we don't have shared decision making, then the organization personalities are far different, where mother and father, they're both making decisions. So my today's message is this: shared governance has its own challenges. Mother and father, husband and wife, they disagree with each other, but for the good quality of rearing their children, they have to agree with each other and sometimes compromise with each other. So just like this, when we go for shared governance and decision making, we patiently have to listen, agreed or non-agreed, satisfied or non-satisfied. All opinions, ideas, we have to hear patiently, and then we have to make joint decision making. Now you see the smile at mom's face? This is very important for our shared governance. Having said this, I would like to end this session, and I would like to wish you all good luck. And those who are now planning to start shared governance, remember, start is like a joy of newborn baby, but it has their own hiccups. Remember, sometimes baby do become cranky, or sometimes resource shrinking. Doesn't matter. Face the challenges, but the beauty is this: end results are very good, and parents are very happy when the children are growing in one of the enabled shared environment. And I said, thank you so much. And I hope that you will start shared governance, or those who are thinking they must be starting shared governance. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you so much to Dr. Rifat. What a wonderful, different perspective on the concept of shared governance. Such a great viewpoint and wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. We would like to move on now to our panel discussion. I'd like to call upon Mr. Ibrahim Halni. I'd like to ask you a question about shared governance. And the question is, what role do you think nurses play in shared governance?
Okay, well, hello everyone. My name is Ibrahim Helmi. I'm a nurse clinical educator at Aswan Heart Center in Egypt, and I'm one of the shared governance and other council in my facility. So I'm so lucky to attend this webinar, and really thank you Nursing Now Challenge for make this happen. So as we just said, shared governance is one of the essential things in any healthcare facility for getting the magnitude recognition. And from its definition, it's a practice model that promote a shared decision. So it's important for nurses to be engaged and include in such governance, to take decision of what they want and what they want things to be happen, and to be accountable for those decisions. For example, if we attend a practice council and we agree on things to be applied in the clinical area, so the nurse, it will be difficult without the nurse to be applied in the clinical area. And this is why all of that, because as we know, nurses are at the patient point of care. So we have the knowledge, the skills, and the experience to find solutions and to find a solution to solve a problem or issues. So it's very essential to be the nurse to be included in such governance.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim. It's really
Thank you,
nice to hear from someone also on the front lines, going through it all. And that's the purpose of this panel discussion, so we can have even more input and more perspectives on what we're going through and to promote shared governance really with nurses. Thank you so much. I'd like to ask the next question, Ms. May El-Kashif. If you could describe to us, why is shared governance important in nursing? And you can take it from there.
Hello, Dalia. It's Mai. I'm a pediatric ICU nurse at Magdi Akopar Foundation. From my perspective, shared governors have a very essential role on both like patients and the patient outcome and the nurse. So it helps in nurses' engagement and increases their dominancy and autonomy on making decisions regarding their clinical impacts or even their knowledge, because they are more involved in the clinical area, so they are the most close person to the patient. So that increases their engagement and their satisfaction. So when you have a satisfied nurse, you have lower rates of turnover. So that also reflects on the whole organization.
Thank you so much. And thank you for talking to us from work on your shift.
I'm a bit busy. Regarding the patient, it increases the outcome and the patient satisfaction as well, and decreases the cost and increases efficiency through nursing work. They make ways to do the work in a better way, reducing cost and increasing efficiency and leading to the better patient outcome and satisfaction. In the end of the whole procedure, that leads to the growth, also the professional growth of of the nurse.
Thank you
I'm very
so much.
glad I joined you today. I wish I was having a better day. I can be more involved, but yeah. Thank you.
So much.
And see you all
God
later.
bless you. يعطيك العافية for being with us in the middle of the shift too. So thank you so much for your share. Thank you. We're going to move on to Mr. Muhammad Al-Tayyib. I would like to ask the third question to you. Could you give us some examples where a nurse has shared governance in your country or where you're working at?
Hello, Dalia. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the great talks from everyone today. This is Mahmoud Al-Tayyib. I'm a clinical nurse educator at Magdi Akopar Foundation in Egypt, and also one of the members at Nursing Now Challenge, and one of the members at my hospital, considering the shared governance and other councils. In fact, unfortunately, in Egypt, there is a limited number of shared governance. You can only see the shared governance in academic talks or research paper, but unfortunately, in the reality in the hospital, there is only limited number. However, here in the Akopar Foundation, we start our shared governance and councils recently, because we are aiming for a magnet, hopefully in the near future. And yeah, so I believe it deserves the try to have a shared council and shared governance in every hospital around the world, because one of the biggest benefit of it is the satisfaction of the nurses to have the voice and the sound to lead and feel that they are here, they are involved in the society, and their work are appreciated. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dali.
Thank you so much. And you heard it, guys. We have our voices and we need to use them. And that's at its core what shared governance is. Use your voices. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you Nursing Now. Thank you Miss Hannah Finch. Thank you Miss Andrea Latham. All of our speakers today, Dr. Rifat, Miss Dina, Mr. Muhammad Dir, and all of our panelists, Mr. Muhammad Tayyib, Ibrahim, Ms. May. Thank you everyone for coming today. If we have any questions from the audience, now would be the time, guys. We have had no questions so far. And thank you all for joining us and participating. And we always want to have your participation on future Nursing Now events. Thank you, Nursing Now, for giving us all such a wonderful opportunity to learn about shared governance. Thank you, guys. And I hope everyone has a great day today. And we have someone thanking us from Tokyo. That's great. All right. Thank you.